Well, we're back to talking about mockbusters. Mockbusters in this case are films that will usually have a lower budget that will try to capitalize on other films to confuse others and say, hey, you don't want this high budget film, you want this low budget film, because, you know, this other film ain't gonna come out for enough months, so here's an alternative. And today's film is an example of that. In this case, it is Ape versus Monster from the Asylum, which is, and it is it's a mockbuster of Kong versus Kong versus Godzilla, and also as well as a bit of Rampage. Do we really? Okay, I'm gonna say it. We're gonna get right into this because this is gonna be rough, honestly. But so let's get right into it. What was the plot of this film? Well, a ape that was used for, you know, space travel and all that, lands on Earth and creates a sludge that makes him and a passing lizard, I think it was a iguana,
on the desert floor.
And they both grow into gigantic size to try to see who is the stronger monster. So yeah, basically you get the idea that this is trying to capitalize off the success of King Kong vs. Godzilla. And yes, that makes sense in honesty, also because of the poster. But one thing that this film is known for is just acting that is just serviceable at best.
It's up there, probably near the roof.
Of course it is. That's great. Absolutely fantastic.
The Gila monster's getting closer.
Hey, wait.
There it is.
Effects that are just bad. I mean, sometimes the effects can range from, like, especially in certain sound films, they can range, when it depends on what the subject is. Like, say, an example would be, like, the time we talked about Planet Dune. But this time, the effects, no, they're bad. So, some of the cast members from this film include Eric Roberts, who gets the top billing, Ethan Marcos, Ariana Scott as Dr. Linda Murphy, Katie Serka as Eva Kozlovka, and Shane Hartigan as Lab Tech Jones. So, I'm gonna be honest, like, say, sometimes when it comes to some, one of the things that is always, you know, prevalent is, like I've just, like, basically just discussed, is the effects, and also sometimes the acting, and the fact that sometimes it will be just goofy.
Blow him to smithereens, I say! Well, I'll be dipped in piss.
I'll be honest, I would have made a joke about a politician right here, but I'm not going to do that because, you know, no, that's kind of bad idea. And plus, the acting speaks for itself. I gotta say, one of the issues that I has with this film is the thing that a lot of critics had issues when it came to, say, the legendary Godzilla films. In this case, a lot of people sadly say, we don't care about the human characters, give us more of the monsters. And then when it came to films like, say, Godzilla King of the Monsters, it was something like, say, too much monsters. Humans? And then they finally get, okay, we'll balance it out with Kong vs. Godzilla. And, I'll be honest, I like Kong vs. Godzilla. And in this film, they took what I'd probably say, like, say the studios learned with the Godzilla films, and they should have learned, which was have more moments in the daytime. And also sometimes at nighttime. But there wasn't, like, say, any kind of rainstorm moments. But one of the issues with this film is, besides its moments of just silliness, this film is kind of boring. And honestly, that's one thing that I really I wish I would not be able to say for the Asylum film. Because, like, say, for some films, although the acting sometimes can be terrible for these kind of films, I mean, that's one thing a Asylum film should not be: boring. I mean, I'm still gonna say, even though Planet Dune is bad, it's entertaining. Another one, what I would say because of its concept, is Abraham Lincoln versus zombies.
Man divided against himself cannot stand.
Yes, Mr. President.
Or, like, say, they made some film, a series of films that were making, that were mockbusters of both Suicide Squad and also Once Upon a Time, that deal with fairy tale creatures, fairy tale villains, and all that, and fairy tale heroes, and yeah. So yeah, they had those. Yeah, there's like a lot of Asylum films that were mockbusters. Some of the most well-known films from Asylum are the Sharktopus movies. I actually like those films. So yeah. But honestly, like, say, the film could have used more moments of the monsters. And yeah, they appear, but one of the things that hurts the film is, although I understand, budget. The effects are bad, and you kind of just wish there was more of it, and honestly. But the parts of it that are, there can be moments of laughter, but...
Abraham! Check his ass.
For me, this one is a film that can be skipped. But what do you guys think of Ape vs. Monster? Have you seen it? What do you think of? What are your thoughts on Asylum films? Put your thoughts in comments down below. Let me know. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. See you later. Oh my god. I completely totally forgot a moment from this film. That there's a moment which takes place in Huntington, West Virginia. And my god, it does not look anything like Huntington, West Virginia. And I'm going to go into a rant, because why would you have us, why, if you're going to have a part of a story which takes place in Huntington, West Virginia, why wouldn't you film there? Help get a bit of revenue there. Time to go back to sleep.